All right, I thought that was a good game. I thought our guys, stayed with it, and obviously we're playing a really good team, and they can tax you for sure. I thought Trey made a big time save there about 3 minutes into the game, and we gave up that 2-on-1, and then I thought as the game went on, we got better and better, and I thought there was parts of the game for sure that we played how we need to play. There was other parts, and credit to them, and they make it hard on you. And I thought both goalies played well. Obviously, we had multiple breakaways, and their guy did a heck of a job at stopping. But I thought that. Obviously Rome's goal was a big goal. He's a really good player, but he went a puck battle, has some poise, puts it under the bar, and then for Tommy and Shouts there to finish that one off, that was a big time play. And obviously we got an opportunity tomorrow to keep growing as a team.
This is a series that's built on a lot of headliners and big names and all that. And of course, it's Shoddy with the game winner, and it's sort of a guy you trust greatly. Sort of fitting that his group does it.
Yeah, I think that sometimes gets lost, right? You don't have to be a draft pick to be a good hockey player, right? And like you think about him and Tommy, how many games they've helped us win since we've been here. They play winning hockey, you know exactly what you're going to get, and it's repeatable, right? You're not guessing what's going to happen. And what I like about those guys too is their energy never dips, right? If we go on the power play, they're not on the power play. They're ready to go right after our power play, and obviously do a heck of a job in the kill for us. But we're going to need everyone on our team, right? Obviously we have some young, youthful talent, but you do have to lean on your veterans, and we got some guys that have some experience.
Adam, you had more chances tonight on the penalty kill than you gave up at the other end. What was that like to know you guys could come out there and could have been a winning goal?
Yeah, I thought the kill did a good job, right? They're talented, and they got some movement, and some guys that can really have some patience and can find guys on the backside. So first off, you don't want to try to give them too many opportunities. It's hard, right? There's going to be penalties in the game, and but I thought our guys earned those opportunities too, right? They're stopping and starting, and we got some guys that have some speed, and we never go into the kill saying, hey, we want to try to create offense. I think that's just the way it went tonight, and but I look at our group and the speed. I think that's a good thing for our team.
Can you talk a little bit about Caden's game today, using that speed and physicality and getting a little more creative out there too?
Yeah, I thought there was bursts where he was dominant. You talk about that break where we got that puck and took off, and we had I think Shane found him in the slot a couple times to rip the puck, and he's getting better each game, right? And I think it takes time. He's been off for some time. He doesn't love it when I talk about that, but that's the reality of the situation, and it's not an excuse, but you got to keep growing your game. And I think each weekend he's gotten better and better, and I think he's just going to continue to keep improving.
We're going to stay on him a little bit. Just personally, what have you learned about him as a person, and in the short amount of time you've had as a coach?
Very, very committed. He's got to do a lot, to make sure his body's in a good spot. And I have a ton of respect for him. If you watch him before every practice, what he needs to do to get his body ready, and after practice and on off days, and he's definitely committed to that. He's a great person, great kid. I think he's ultra competitive, right? And so I think finding that balance where you're running hot, versus having poise. And hockey's not a perfect sport. Mistakes are going to happen, and that's. The sooner you understand that as a player, doesn't make it's okay, but I think you can start making more gains as, hey, it's not always going to be perfect. I got to focus on things I can control, and I've talked to him about it, and that's what I loved about him. He is really coachable, right? And I thought that area of his game has definitely gotten better.
You touched on Anthony a little bit, but what have you thought of the way that Romani's come on here?
Really like him. Yeah, he's a committed guy too. He's got a focus to him, right? You watch him in the weight room, you watch him in practice. I think he's really enjoying it, and obviously got a track record of scoring, right? He put up big time stats in the OHL, which is a great league, and you look at some of the opportunities he's had. He had a broken stick. He had scored an offside goal that was called back, and he had an empty net with stick breaks up at Northern. So he could have a few more, but I think that's what he is right there. He's strong down low. He has some patience. He's offensively thinks the game at a really high level, and a lot of guys would step out and just jam it into the goalie's pads, and he had some patience waiting for him to go down and put it onto the bar.
Hey Coach, can you kind of talk about Tommy Manisto's development this season so far? He had a great series against Northern Michigan, another great game tonight. What has impressed you most about him this year, kind of taking that leadership next level?
Yeah, Tommy's been awesome. I could go back to his whole time here, right? From the start of the year, I think people forget maybe, he was a healthy scratch for the first month. And so he stayed with it. He's really worked to improve his stick, right? I think Obviously his speed, everyone recognizes he's competitive, and I think learning how to play on the North American sheet, he had never played over here, so that took him some time. But he just keeps getting better. I said it to our guys last week, you know, if you're ever wondering how to practice, watch Tommy practice. I mean, he never takes a rep off. There's zero entitlement with him, and that's what we want our program to be. And, you know, some of that I think is culturally, you know, the Finnish players value playing a role on a team. You know, I think sometimes the North American players only think I'm good if I'm on the power play. It's like, no, this is hockey, and some guys have a job and the skill set that fits the power play, and other guys penalty kill and bring energy, and Tommy brings that for us every day.
Just wondering, like, with CHL guys who are coming in here, you know, for the first time at the college level, this level of hockey, is it a little bit of a challenge that, you know, they're used to playing so many different games, and the intensity level, you know, here with fewer games is gonna be really high, like every single game. Is that, I mean, I'm sure they were looking forward to that, but is it a little bit of a challenge, you think, for some of those guys?
Yeah, I think all of our guys, right? It doesn't matter if they're the OHL, USHL, Western League, whatever junior league they're coming from, right? It's a big jump, and you know, you look at the amount of games we're playing, and you look at the parity in our conference. You know, anyone can beat anyone, and you know, I think that the Ontario League, the Western League, Quebec League, those are unbelievable leagues. They're super talented, well coached. They got professionally run. It's just younger, right? And so it's younger and you have higher game count. So now, you know, you look at our conference, right? We played 24 games. I don't know how many games it took Florida to win the Stanley Cup. Every game is essentially like a playoff game, right? And so I think the theory behind it is that does help their development, right? If you're a guy that dominated at that level, and you're not quite ready to play in the National Hockey League, it's a good in between to get you ready. So we'll continue to recruit guys from those leagues, because I know how good of a job all those coaches do and how ready those kids will be to come in and help.
With Manisto, the pass that he made, did you get a good look at that? The read that he had, Penn State player on the ice, goalie goes down. He probably could have taken that shot himself, maybe. But
Yeah.
Is that the way you saw it? What did you
Yeah,
see?
no, I mean, again, I would say that's where Tommy's really developed, you know, again, he's competitive, he's got big time speed. I think learning how to play on a smaller sheet, that took some time, and then just his stick, right? I mean, just not just shooting, you know, he's obviously scored some goals for this year, and he's got a rocket for a shot. He's placing a little better now, but also just making little plays, right? And you know, we talked earlier about the speed of college and the pressure you're under. You got to be able to make plays under pressure, and I thought that was a big time play.
Unselfish type of play, would you?
Oh yeah. Tommy doesn't have a selfish bone in his body. I mean, he flat out, he loves Michigan State. He loves being part of our team, and I have a ton of respect for him. You know, and I told our guys we got to make sure we keep recruiting kids like Tommy.
You've had some big Friday night wins last couple of years. This one, you guys kind of know how to get the line back in the cage for the next night. That's becoming commonplace now. Or what was the locker room like after this one?
It was good, but I think I think we're always hungry to try to get better, right? And that's our test. It's a quick turnaround, 4:00 game. We're playing a really good team, and they're going to be ready to go. And we just got to make sure again we try to play our brand of hockey for as many of the 60 minutes as we can, and try to take a step. You know, we'll watch some stuff tonight and have some film for the guys in the morning, and things we can get better.
I've asked you this in some other checkpoints along the way. Are you able to step away and get a picture for the entertainment value of tonight? I know you got a lot on your mind during a game like that, but do you appreciate how entertaining that game was?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just trying to stay focused on, you know, the next shift and trying to help the guys, you know what I mean? So I am thankful for the crowd. I mean, you look at Mon and how loud it was in there tonight, and the students were rocking and everyone was into it, and that's, again, I think that with our guys, right, we're a non-entitled program, right? We have to earn things, and that's why when we got here, we said no free tickets. We have to earn a crowd, and people have to make decisions with their money, right? And so we respect that, and it doesn't mean we're gonna be perfect, but when we go out and play, I mean, we're gonna play our hardest to try to make sure that they wanna come back.
Last one for Coach here.
Oh, guy. And Penn State's a high-scoring team, a lot of talent. What did you think of your defensive zone coverage and your defensive breakouts tonight?
I think we could have been a little bit better breaking the puck out, you know, and credit to them, right? They got some guys that can get on you on the forecheck, and I thought where we probably we didn't have a ton of in the D zone, was more up and down, right? And so we can do a better job to the neutral zone. It's hard though. I mean, they're skilled, they're talented, they come at you with speed, and they got depth. So overall, I thought we did a pretty good job, you know. But obviously, I think there's always room to improve. Good, thank you.
I've got Tierney Chowdy coming in.